What's going on with y'all? It's Jeff Lightsy Jr. here from the Ball Sports Network, and I am here to talk about Patrick Mahomes. Guys know I love talking about Patrick Mahomes, and he just won the Super Bowl. But I find something very interesting. I find it that a lot of the black community doesn't really care about Patrick Mahomes. So it's like, why don't the black community wrap their arms around Patrick Mahomes? I mean, think about it. He is a 24-year-old MVP Super Bowl champion. Like, you would think you'd see Patrick Mahomes jerseys and see people singing his praises in our community, at the barbershops, at the beauty shops, on Twitter, on like everywhere, on Black Twitter, but the national pundits love Patrick Mahomes. I mean, today I was listening to some guys talk about he could be the next Michael Jordan of the NFL. And we're talking about a guy of that caliber, that much talent, that's beloved that much nationally. But he don't get the love that a Lamar Jackson gets. He don't get the love that a Russell Wilson gets or a Deshaun Watson. Like, we love those guys, right? Like, think about if Lamar Jackson won the Super Bowl this year. He won MVP unanimously, by the way. Only the second time player unanimous MVP. Let's not forget that. And he's an amazing player. And think about if he would have won the Super Bowl. Like, Lamar Jackson's got this gravity around him that just pulls people in, that people love to watch, love to play. My mom and a lot of my family members don't know anything about football, but they love them some Lamar Jackson, right? Now, it's one thing that I'm from Louisville, but people love Lamar Jackson. Okay, so let's take that away. What about Russell Wilson? On Twitter, Russell Wilson is probably the most talked about quarterback outside of football fans because of his family unit, because of his faith in God, because of all the things that he does right. The black community loves them some Russell Wilson. You don't got to know nothing about football. Now, he's an amazing football player, but it's most of his fans in the black community are women outside of the community, right? And then we go to Deshaun Watson, another great black quarterback. His intellect, football fans, especially black football fans, debate who's better, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, or Lamar Jackson. But they don't really talk about Patrick Mahomes, even though in a lot of ways he's proven that he's the best. And then so it's like, why? And so let's dive a little deeper. Let's talk about their backgrounds. I mean, Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson are two completely different dudes, right? Like, Lamar Jackson is like if Kodak Black became a college football player, right? I'm sorry, but him and Kodak are from the same town. They grew up in the same conditions. It's just Lamar Jackson, and they both reached fame at a fairly young age, around 19 years old, 18, 19 years old. It's just that Kodak was dedicated to the streets and Lamar Jackson was dedicated to his craft and never got in any trouble. But they're from the same Pompano, down there by Miami, Florida, South Florida. And so he's like hip hop, right? Like, Lamar Jackson's like hip hop on a football field. He reminds us a lot of Michael Vick. Russell Wilson's nothing like that. Russell Wilson is married to a former pop star in Sierra, but like I said, he's more that family unit. He's about like the moms that know nothing about football got Russell Wilson jerseys because he's such a beautiful man and a beautiful family man that also can go out there and make plays on the field. Not to mention, they're totally different as far as their size. Lamar Jackson does a lot of his stuff with his speed and agility and is able to make intricate throws through bending ankles with sidearms, and Russell Wilson does a lot of his running around and able to throw a ball 90 yards on a dime because of his baseball background. But Patrick Mahomes can do all of that, right? Like, he's not nearly as athletic as Lamar, but he can do everything that Russell does better, right? Like, he can do everything Lamar does except run better, right? So it's like, why don't we love us Patrick Mahomes as much as the guys on ESPN or Fox Sports or Yahoo Sports or USA Today Sports? Like, why ain't my barbershop buzzing about Patrick Mahomes? Why do I see so many more Lamar Jackson jerseys, Russell Wilson jerseys, Deshaun Watson jerseys than Patrick Mahomes outside of Kansas City? Like, he's the best player on the best team in the NFL. And he's only 24 years old. And he's black. Is it because maybe that Patrick Mahomes doesn't embrace us? Ooh, that's something to think about. Patrick Mahomes he's black, but his mother is white and his dad's black. So, a lot of times with the mixed kids, it comes, either way. You choose a crowd or whatever. And Patrick Mahomes has a white girlfriend that sings his praises, that loves him so much. And so could that be the reason, right? Like, could that be the reason? But no, we've loved historical figures that had white wives or white girlfriends in the past. So that ain't it. That can't be it. But maybe it's because Patrick Mahomes doesn't appeal to us in the way that Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson does, because he doesn't embrace us. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's because he doesn't embrace our community like we feel like he should. Like we feel like Lamar does, or like Russell does, or like Deshaun Watson does. You let me know in the comments, why doesn't the black community embrace and love on Patrick Mahomes like we love on some of our other black quarterbacks that are succeeding in the NFL? Historically, whether it's Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick, or even present day like Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and Deshaun Watson. Let me know. Once again, my name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Boss Sports Network. Thank you for watching. Continue to hit the thumbs up button, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.